All right, Abby, here we are. We are, as the man just said to me before we went live, we are bringing it live all the way from Langhorne, Pennsylvania this time
Yes,
around.
where my sister and brother-in-law were the engineers tonight, get me on at the last minute as I was up here in the great Northeast, 70 miles from home, showing a couple houses.
Is it
The
that far? 70
It
miles.
is. I had to go all the way by Northeast Airport. I was all the way up here. And
Wow.
of course, every single time I come to the Northeast, there's some horrific accident. No matter which way I go, I was on the Turnpike. It was a 3.5 mile backup tonight with a horrible accident. So
So Roosevelt Boulevard hasn't changed either, then, huh?
listen, so I was on with my sister. I was coming down Academy to make a left on the boulevard. And I
Okay.
said, if my son was driving, because he's going to be driving eventually here in the next 6 months, I said they would turn the wrong way because you know how the boulevard is. So as I'm turning on the boulevard, doesn't some idiot turn in the wrong way? And God help him, he was so lucky that nobody was oncoming. He backed up in his Honda Accord and came around on the correct way instead of going to oncoming 3 lanes of traffic on the boulevard. I think there should be an age limit to drive the Schuylkill and the Boulevard because if you're an inexperienced driver, stay off. My wife has never been on the Boulevard. I said, "Oh, I'll take you for fun experience."
Really?
And I just got $100 ticket recently. Thank you for the red light camera tickets. I appreciate the $100 ticket.
Oh.
And I was in the far right lane. I don't think it was my ticket, but I got $100 bill in the mail from the city of Philadelphia. Thank you, appreciate that. We've been smack busy. It has been very turbulent in this marketplace. So we're going to bring on soon Jerm Realadel, and we'll talk to him about some music tonight. And I know that's Bay's wheelhouse, so we'll speak to him about. I look short today. I look like very much.
You do.
I'm in a low chair. I think I need a cushion or something.
Put you up on a phone book and boost
maybe
you up.
let me sit up straight here. Maybe I'll be. I think I'm up to your shoulder now. So
Here, should I scoot down a little?
we need your cat on your shoulder to push you down a little.
Yeah, right. Give him
So-
time; he'll be on.
So it's a crazy market. So there's still a lot of buyer activity. We're a little bit slow due to vacation. So like the inner workings of the business has slowed down because people are out of pocket a little bit.
Okay.
And inventory is piling on the market. And the prices have not come in line with the increased interest rates. So I guess what I'm saying here is the interest rates have really not affected in most markets the buyer's willingness to get into a home. When they see the numbers now, some people may be looking a little bit at their price point because they might be priced out of a certain price range due to the increased interest rates. But the willingness of the buyers wanting to buy properties is strong. We do have more, like I said, more days on the market, so there's a little bit more discerning buyer. They're taking an extra minute to think it through. It's not that mad rush. So we have a few days on the market piling up. Some people are looking for something that's a little better price right now and maybe needs a little work. I don't find that being in line with each other quite yet, but I've seen that going on. But we're doing a lot of running right now. I was with a client today. We had lunch. I'm selling her house. She's buying a house. And she said she's actually like a psychiatrist, a therapist. She's very cerebral. She said you compete on service level. And I said, absolutely. I said, the differentiate ourselves because we're not the biggest player. It's the service level that, makes the difference in the quality that we provide to customers versus just living off of a big name. So, I've been frustrated a bit lately with the big names because they're living off a name and the quality of service is down. But a lot of people just, it's like you're picking up the bounty, but there might be a better value on the shelf. That might not be as high, and not be a name brand, but just as good a quality at a when you're talking retail at a better price. So we really feel like we're bringing that quality of service, and it's for us. We got to prove it every day. It is a battle for us to prove to people that I have 17 years. I'm trained by a broker, 63 years in the business, and Dave Stinson. I know the business. My agents know the business. They have me as their backbone. We have Mark Reale, who supports us locally with Next Home Signature. And, lately it's been like a couple of the big names are grabbing up some of the business I feel like we should be getting. So, people need to give us a chance and let us prove to them that we We have the expertise and the service level. Full service real estate, look up Next Home. Everything about it is top notch, and we can provide you with that full service experience in a more boutique like setting. You're going to get that personalized service that you're not going to get with the big guys. Once they use us, they rave about us. I'm working with the clients that they used us several times and they're just happy with us.
Yeah, I was going to say too. Like, I mean, is that a common practice? Because you've said many times over, this is now our 8th month doing this show, that you were out to lunch with a client. Is that like do you go out to lunch with your clients? And
you try to build a personal rapport a little bit. So here's an example. So Jackie's in the same office building as me, and I'm selling her house in Radley Run. And we were out looking at a house for her to buy after we procure a buyer for her house. And I said that because I'm diabetic and I don't eat sometimes, so I got to eat. I can't. Sometimes I go too long out here. I'm like, I got to go eat something. So she's like, I didn't eat either. So do you want to go to lunch? And I had to come out here to Northeast, but I had a window of time. I said, sure, let's go to lunch. What's nice? They know you a little bit on the professional side. And when you sit down and have a meal like Italian people, you could get to know people a lot better.
Yeah.
When you break bread with somebody. I recall working at the airport with all these Haitian people years ago, and the cultures are so much different than our culture. And we used to do these food days where everybody brought in ethnic food dishes.
Okay.
So we had more fun coming together through different types of food. When I worked at the recycling company, we had Afghani people, and they brought in these authentic Afghanistani dishes and stuff. I find it fun. I find it fun. So we do that to kind of build a rapport, to let people know who we are, what kind of service level. I'll say this, I'm working with a investor.
Okay.
So when you're buying an investment property, it's just about the numbers. It's not emotional per se. It's just a business transaction when you look at that for an investment. So we were looking at a property in Coatesville, and it was a third party approval property, which means there's somebody's in a government facility or a home or a caretaker situation where it had to go to a court-ordered approval before they could sell the property. So they had specifics in a separate addendum from the listing agent on some things they wanted in the agreement and some things they wanted struck from the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors. Common forms are standard forms and practice. So generally, we don't alter those standard forms unless it's an outside the box situation and we make sure that our client is protected legally, and that we're explaining to them why they want this struck, what they want struck, and what the ramifications might be if you do strike something from. Because what happens is people look at the agreement of sale and they only look at the particulars. They don't look at the boilerplate. Or if there's a legal situation, the boilerplate comes in there. This is what we do that other people don't do. Someone else will just sell you the house, slap it up, put it in, don't care to pay no mind to protect your interests. We're going to get a commission. No disrespect, but we're going to move on. And so, and I had a little bit of an indifferent agent on the other side. And I made a call to Mark Reality this morning, who works on the PAR committee, friend of mine who's Next Home Signature. And I said, hey, Mark, they're saying they want us to strike the mediation paragraph, which means if there was a legal situation that the buyer couldn't go to, like we talked about this before, the Pennsylvania Association of Realtors and ask for mediation instead of taking it to a civil court situation. And that's one of the reasons you use a realtor, so you have those channels through a legal channel where you can actually go through PAR and sit down and mediate it. So, and this particular client the night before had asked me, hey, I was approached by the top realtor in Coatesville, and he's telling me he can get me all these different properties. But is this guy going to do what I'm going to do for you? Make the extra call. Make sure you understand language in the agreement. Make sure you understand the ramifications of that language in the agreement that they want put in or they want struck from the agreement. So when you're working with somebody, like I did 22 deals last year, and everybody had personal service from me from start to finish. And I'll tell you this: is Jerm ready or
no?
Okay, so I'll tell you this: we did a deal. We were going to do a deal, and another agent took a listing, and and it's a big group in our area. So they put on the listing, do not call, which is the main team lead, so-and-so, for any reason at any time. That was the first line in the remarks. The second line was, if it's Monday to Friday, call Jimmy at the office, right? So this is the service, right? This is the great service, right? Hey, use this guy. He's going to give you great service.
Yeah.
So you call Jimmy Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 4:30. If it's on the evenings or on the weekends, call the co-list agent. So the difference with us is if you call Next Home Brandywine agent, they're going to call 24/7. I had a guy get me 10:38 at night when I was climbing into bed the other night, asking me about a property. I just brushed my teeth. I was jumping in bed, hang out with my dog, and the guys called me 10:38 at night. I picked up the phone. I had a 15-minute conversation with the guy. So we're going to give you, I have 17 years in the business, trained by Dave Stinson, who's been in the business 63 years. We're going to give you top level of service, and we're going to give you the attention that you deserve. You can hire 39,000 other people. And this is like a constant battle to prove to people that we're your call. We're your first call. There's some good companies out there. You don't have to always, hey, Johnny, use this guy. He's got 90 listings. Go with this guy. We're going to give you personal attention. We're going to give you attention to detail. We're going to listen to you. We're going to pick up the phone, and we're going to provide you with the level of service that you deserve in your transaction. To me, I tell people, if you don't feel comfortable with the person, if they're not doing what you need them to do, including lenders, we had Ernie on, mortgage providers, cut them. I mean, I work for you. You know, I have people say, oh, I'm sorry, Dan, I'm bothering you. You're not bothering me. I work for you. You hired me. That's how I put food on the table. That's how my agents put food on the table. So for us, and that's why we do this podcast, it's a more personal connection, right, with the people to know who we are, how we tick, what we're all about. People are taking listings. When I go take a listing, if I went to your house to take a listing and you said to me, I want to list for 400, and I say, babe, the comps only show your house being worth 350, but I want to list for 400. Most agents will say, yeah, I'll list it for 400, and then it doesn't sell in a month and a half, and then they say you have to lower the price, and your inventory looks stale. It's sitting on the market because you let in some instances a consumer drive it instead of you being a professional sitting down and giving them real information so they can make, and say, look, listen, I'm telling you as a professional, that's why you're hiring me, that your house, and here's the numbers, and you can look at it for yourself, that this house is only worth X. We're going to provide you with a professional real estate experience. So I'm hoping people, you can email us with questions, as Bay put up there, nhbdtown@gmail.com. We will answer your questions. You can visit our website. We're going to have a brand new website in another month or so, powered by KV Core, which is an awesome platform that we're going to be using for lead generation and for customer contact. It's going to be powering our new website. So it's nexthomebrandywine.com. We got a diverse group of people on there. The bios are on there. If you go to nexthome.com, there's a question and answer section on all the realtors in our office, so you can get to know them, find a realtor that might make sense for you. Maybe you find something in common with them. Give them a call. We had a lady reach out last year. Lisa's from England. She was selling a condo in Downingtown. She had an English connection there, and she really got a good rapport with Lisa. And then, off the website, by just taking a look at Lisa's bio and stuff, she was able to find a match, because some people like, some kind of a connection, and that's what we're trying to do here with us.
Do you ever run into, like you were mentioning, when you're starting the process of bringing on a new client to which you're going to sell their home, do you ever have or run into a lot of, is there ever like a dispute about the selling price? Like a person might say, oh, my home is worth $500,000, but in reality it's worth $200,000.
And there's so much data now. So how do you bridge that gap with somebody that has an emotional attachment to their home and they think it's worth more than it really is? One tactic that we use is, and I did this with Jackie on hers, we went and looked at the competition. We used to do this years ago. Okay. So we set an appointment to look at another like-minded home in the same neighborhood, not an exact match, but close. And a lot of times, if the client doesn't look at the price, we don't say anything about the price. We go through the whole home. We have a conversation afterwards, and we say, okay, let's point out how it compares to yours, right? How does this home compare to your home? And then I say to them, what do you think this home is priced at? Almost like a TV show. I could be on a TV show. All right, we do a TV show. I think I could get my hair transplanted if we do a TV show. So we go on there. We say, okay, what do you think it's worth? And they say it's worth X, and then I'll tell them it's priced at this. You know, but I'll tell you, sometimes it defies logic. We just listed one for $820 in Radley Run. Had a $100,000 custom kitchen right by Radley Run Golf and Country Club on the I guess it's the western side of Westchester. There, off of 52.
Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful home. $100,000 kitchen, beautiful decor, addition off the back. It's still for sale if anybody's looking. It's 1067 Country Club Road. I mean, just so well maintained. So we had a house go up the street, 3 doors up, competition, which I liked. So we scheduled an open house the same day to dovetail off the competition. But that house had more, I guess, old English style flair to it. It was a different style of home. It had one additional bedroom. On the first floor, it had one additional bathroom. Square footage was similar. Lot size was the same. But the house needed had paneling. It needed a kitchen. It needed bathrooms. This home that we had updated bathrooms, brand new kitchen, addition, 3-season room. That house sold. Now, somebody I know through a connection of mine that house, it had multiple offers, so it's going under agreement. They wanted the clean slate to gut it. But here's my opinion. That house was priced at $750. Our house is priced at $819. So you say, okay, that house needs all this work, but that particular buyer wanted to put their own stamp on the house. But I think it was going to sell over ask. So I'm like, it defied logic because we on paper and visually had a much better offering for somebody that wanted something more move-in ready. And sometimes it comes down to individual preference.
Sure.
So there's so much data out there. You can really sit down with the client and really show them on paper what their house within range. So we usually do a T, old school, that Imran Pilati, who owns Next Home, used to do, was your house in the first box, what's listed, what's pending, what's sold or expired. And then we write in there and then we say, okay, let's jot. And then when we look at just a simple chart, you can get a feel within reason where your house falls into that. I'll tell you this. I used to work in a trucking company with my buddy, Mike Drason. One of his guys who was a local bookie was selling his house. So I go over there, this is years ago. So I go over his house and he's making chicken cutlets. So I'm trying to list his house. I'm sitting at the table going over the comps with him. And he's making chicken cutlets on the stove, right? And you want to eat. And I'm trying to talk to him about getting the house listed. So I go through all the comps with him. And the comps say the house is worth $210, maybe $215, $219. So I said, okay. I said, I went through everything with you. What do you think the house is worth? He goes, $239. I said, where the hell did you get $239? We just went over all these comps. I'm showing it to you on paper. He goes, I think the house is worth $239. Honestly, Bay, so I said, look, we'll list it there. So you're not that far out of range. The house sold for $239. So he was right. I said, I don't know if it was you breathing in the chicken cutlets or what was going on there. You had a premonition, but we ended up listing it for $239. And he had two separate electric panels in the house. Take a guess what the second one was for. I said, maybe you want to take that second one out. He was growing something in the basement. So maybe you might want to take that out before we put this on.
Jerm is ready, but let me ask you one question before we bring him on. You're mentioning this house, $820,000 home. But do you ever run into, again, potential clients that might feel intimidated because they'll say, Dan and his agency, they have $820,000 home. They're not going to want to handle my $100,000 row home.
It's the opposite for me, right? So I'm from Fallcroft. We're Southern Delco people, working class people, right? So I generally, my sphere of influence is more in Ridley Park, Folsom, Springfield, that area, right? Because a lot of people stayed in that Southern Delco area. So their move up buy is coming out of Fallcroft, Glenolden, Norwood, Springfield, Havertown, in those areas.
Right.
When you sell up in the upper market, as Mark Reality always says, you have to have sold that price point. It's a totally different animal.
Okay.
Because the consumer, the type of buyer, is a little more discerning. It's a little bit different selling up in the upper. Not that anybody can't do it.
Yeah.
But it's a different market when you're in that 7, 8, 9 a million market than you are.
Mm.
And I've done one thing with us, which is different. Like I have a friend that sells 10 to 15 million just around Westchester, Phoenixville, Exton. But for me, it's Lancaster to Northeast Philly, and it's everywhere in between. I've sold houses 800,000 down to Upper Darby 39,000. So you get it's the same person, it's the same process, it's the same thought process. You have to chameleon your language a little bit when you're working with different people and different areas. You know, like not everybody can sell Fallcroft, Glen and Norwood because sometimes it gets rough and the agents are rough and they talk a different way. So you know, I just adjust to the market and where we're at and, you know, who we're dealing with. But that's one thing with us. We go everywhere and some people don't, you know. So let's bring Jerm on here, my man. I can't wait to talk to him.
Here he goes. Let's get him on here. It's been a minute.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at this shirt he's got on. Look at him.
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
He's styling and profiling over there.
First things first, you got to explain that shirt.
Man, this is one of my favorite shirts, man. This is my style. This is going to be my style from now on. I'm going to start wearing like a printed shirt.
So I just watched it.
See me, you're gonna see me with a shirt like this.
I need one of those, yo.
I just watched a video of you when you were in Puerto Rico.
Oh, really? Yeah, man. That was a good time.
That was awesome. That was awesome. So I stumbled on this. I've been running, as Bay knows. I stumbled on this. It's called, what is this magazine? Something Magazine Plus. It's like the Magazine Plus. They did an interview with you back when. You probably don't even remember. But I pulled some. It's called themagazineplus.com. Do you remember doing an interview with them?
It's probably like, I got a PR manager. It's probably some PR, like some press release. That would
it's so this is how they described your new EP, Lonely Nights. It consists of 6 tracks of pure vibes and motivation. Think Drake mixed with Post Malone and Russ is perhaps the best way to describe the Pontiac. Philadelphia native who was simultaneously uplifting yet thunderously potent. That was the description.
I love
that's
that.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You're hey, listen, at least on paper and PR wise, you're heading up ticket on us.
Yeah, man. PR is everything. So the artists watching and tuning in definitely need PR, man. That'll definitely make you stand out from everybody else. And you know, like, it just makes you look like somebody. It makes you look like somebody.
Well, it looks like you're doing good, and I follow you closely there. Have a strong appreciation for you, and I thought it's been about 6-7 months, and I said to Bay, let's get him back on. I saw the latest drop, Suitcase, right? And tell us about it.
So Suitcase, man, the video's about to come out in 2 weeks. I shot and edited myself along with my partner. So that's coming out soon. The music, the song is on Apple Music, Spotify, it's everywhere. But the video is about to be on YouTube, so it's coming soon.
So Bay and I were talking briefly. Oh, Mike's going to bring me up. Look, I'm ready.
Look at that. I was going to say, I felt like we were with a little person.
I must have had a lift. I just got taller all of a sudden.
There we go.
Mike. He's got 2 master's degrees, so he's able to do that. He just rose me up a little bit. Me and Bay were talking, Jerm. Bay loves your videos. So Bay's going to ask you some questions here about the newest one. Bay just thinks they're so well done.
I was saying to Dan, I said, that's the thing, like you said about PR. Having a PR person makes you, first off, it's like, oh, this is a professional artist. This is not some fly-by-night just trying to do it. This is a professional artist. And that is the same way with your videos. Your videos are top-notch, A+ quality. It's not like, what you could be doing, but they come out great. People are making movies on their iPhones now. So you could be using your iPhone. It doesn't matter. But the way you're putting it all together and editing everything, it's amazing.
Quality is everything. I learned that.
Absolutely.
I first started doing music as an artist. I was watching other artists, and I'm like, I want my shit to look like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I had to grow to it, you know, and it's not cheap. It costs money, you know, like everything else, but quality is everything. If you want somebody to take you seriously as an artist or whatever you're doing, you got to have good quality. You know, if you want to be a pro, you got to have that quality. You feel me? So
and it's across every industry, right? Right? You're trying to be the best you can be in what you're doing for a living. And you're not settling for anything less than perfection. Every day you're trying to be better at what you're doing.
If it comes to graphics, photography, whatever you're doing, even if like, you know, it got to be A1, man. If it ain't A1, ain't nobody gonna take you seriously.
So, said a mouthful there.
Here, let me read you this. This is a quote from this article I have. Music is one of the most powerful tools capable of inciting human thoughts and emotion, and when done correctly, it can impact a generation. And that's what we're talking about, right? So you're trying to bring a new style to the table, right? A new vibe.
Yeah, basically, I found my sound. You know, I was it took a while too, man. Like, I got a bunch of songs, and you know, first starting off as an artist, you trying to figure yourself out, you know. So I found my sound. I know I got it's like a melodic type of rap, you know. So that's me. So now I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna push it to the hardest and do the best I can with this type of sound. And hopefully the people for right now it's been doing good. People love it. So I'm gonna just keep going and I'm gonna keep it going and keep pushing it.
So I'm gonna read this, Bay, and I'm gonna turn it over to you. So this is another quote in here. I like to feel the beats. I need to catch vibes. I'm bringing good music back to the world, and I'm doing in a way where I'm being me and only me. So, you know, that's what we're speaking to. Excuse me, because I'm reading without glasses on, so I'm struggling here. I had a good St. George's education, but I'm struggling without the specs on here. But, you know, it's what a day it's been for me. So, you know, I'm following you closely. I'm following the music, and it's just been spectacular. I mean, it's just been, I've seen the growth, and it's just been a quick rise here for you. So tell us where you're at with that and kind of where you feel you're at and kind of where you're looking to take this thing.
Man, I'm trying to take this thing worldwide and go, you know what I mean? Like my friend used to say, he's like, I hope, he was an older man. He used to say, you know what, Jerm? I hope you reach the big top. And I never knew what that meant. And then one day I was like, what do you mean? Or you always say that? He was like, man, I hope you make it to that, you know, I hope you reach the glass ceiling, you know, and you just keep it up there, keep going. And that hit me strong because I was like, man, that meant a lot. So like, I take myself seriously. Like this is what I love to do. This is how I vent. You know, like I'm a real introvert. Yeah, I probably wouldn't know that, but I'm real introverted. I had to open up to be like this. You know, I never would go live. I ain't like to talk. I don't like to talk to people. But I had to get like this because I'm like, if I want to get out there as an artist and I want people to feel me, then you gotta talk. You gotta get your shit out there. You gotta tell people about it. So as far as music wise, man, I'm trying to take this to the top, man, and just keep it going, make a change, make some change, and just help the world out, give back to the world. You know, that's what I love to do. I love to give back. You know, I like to help people that's struggling financially. You know, in the past, I fed the homeless. I gave them free T-shirts down Kensington. So it's like, that's my goal, and I know that's what I'm meant to do in life. That's my God-given talent. So I'm going to take that and change other people's lives with it. If it's financially or clothing them or even just them listening to my music.
Kensington's up ticket now, man. Kensington not in the hole anymore. Kensington's selling for $200,000 right now.
Really?
So the old hood is up ticket now. Still plenty of challenges, but it's up ticket.
That's good.
What we got, Bay? Talk music.
All right. So the new single is Suitcase. Tell us about the song. And I'm going back to video. When is the official video going to come out?
I don't have an official date, but I do. The video is done and it's in the chamber, ready to get released.
Oh boy!
I'm just building up some animosity. You feel me? Yeah, get that animosity going. So at the right time, trust me, I'm gonna release it. People keep asking about it. So, but as far as the song Suitcase goes, you know, it's like a heartbreaking 808. I write my feelings down, past relationships type thing, and that's what I'm good at. You feel me? With the music, I try to do what's natural. You know, I try to fight it. If I listen to a beat and them lyrics just flow, then that's it. That's what I go with. Because back then I used to listen to a beat, you be like, damn, I got writer's block. It ain't that you got writer's block. It's just saying something natural that's coming to you, you know? So as far as Suitcase goes and the type of sound that I got right now, man, I ain't even stressing myself on making this music. It just comes out naturally.
The flow is there.
So Bay wants to be one of the critics of the video before it comes out.
Yeah, I would show y'all a snippet, but my computer's down right now, and I don't feel like turning it on. It's going to take too much. No, but I did post a little video with a snippet, so you can check the snippet out on my Instagram, my YouTube reel.
And your prior videos are up on YouTube. You got a lot of great stuff on there. So I had a chance briefly before we brought you on yesterday. I was looking at some of the stuff. It's terrific. It's just been, like Bay said, it's just grown so much into a quality product. I'm going to read one thing here, Bay, and then you're going to take over because my wife said you don't know anything about music and let Bay carry the show. That's what I was told. You're a fool. You know nothing about music. Let Bay carry the show tonight. This struck me to something that Jerm just said. Let me see if I can read this without stuttering here with no glasses. I was the kind of person that always gave. I came from the bottom. I was broke. I didn't go to the studio until I was 16 years old. But we all have a gift. I found my gift, and now I am on a mission to help people all around the world find theirs. So that's what we spoke to. That's what you're all about.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, man. I mean that when I say that. Like, man, I like to help people. Like, artists out here right now, like artists, they look up to me and they like, Jerm, how'd you do this? How you do that? See, people sold me the game. I don't sell the game. I just tell the game. I just tell it. Because at the end of the day, man, it don't mean nothing. It's not about the money. It's about helping people and helping them to get where they need to be. And I wish I had somebody like me, like the younger artists that's coming up. They got me and I'm in their ear. This is how you distribute your music. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. Nobody, I had to search it. I had to pay for it to get the game. But now I'm giving it away for free. And that's my calling. I'm here to help.
So let me tie this in, Bay. Now I'm going to turn this over to you. Exactly what Jerm said is what we do in translation on the real estate side. And that's why we bring people like Jerm on, right? So we tie this thing together with the type of people that we want to be associated with, we want to follow because they're quality people looking to make their mark, but also help others. That's what Next Home's all about. That's why my affection and love for Jerm is what it is, because I know the quality of person he is, the love and the vibes he gives off in his music, and how he's willing to give back to other people. That's what we do. So that's why we do this podcast, and that's why you should hire Next Home Brandywine and listen to Jerm's music, because we're good people. We give back to the community, right? This is what it's about. And this is why we did this podcast to tie this stuff together. All right, babe, bring us to the music side of this thing.
Well, going back to the video, and the PR, and you were saying how the single's out there. You're letting the single hit people, resonate with people, get into it. Is that something that you think with the new, because it's all a streaming world now in music, and everybody's trying to figure out what's the proper way. And I know a lot of artists are doing what you're about to do, is put the single out and let the single go, and then hit it again now with the video and give it a second life.
Yeah, man, it's like a movie, like before they ain't just gonna drop it at theaters. They gonna build the animosity. Coming soon, coming soon. Get the ticket sales. That's all it's about, man. See, at the end of the day, it's not about money to me, but you don't just want to put something out and it don't get no views or no streams,
Yeah.
You build that up because you want people to listen to it and you want people to watch it. So in order to build and get a nice, amount of views or streams, then you gotta promote it until it drops, basically.
Mm-hmm. And you relocated to, was it North Carolina?
Yeah, I'm in North Carolina. I'm going back to Philly. My birthday coming up, man, August 17th. So I'm gonna be back in Philly.
Okay. So how's that changed your approach then with your whole musical career?
Man, I got a lot of time out here. I got a lot of time to myself. When I was in the city, I was busy. I had more friends. my mom was everywhere, but moving out here, it's a slow pace, so it got me more focused, honestly. So now, like, instead of going out with my friends, I'll be in the crib working on my music,
Right.
working on a video instead of running the streets. So it changed my life, really, moving out.
You think that's why, like you said, that, the music is flowing out of you now. You think that's the reason why?
Yeah,
None of the distractions of Philly around you.
I'm focused. I don't got no negativity. I'm staying positive. I'm eating well. I'm working out. You know what I mean? So my life changed drastically.
You're wearing some crazy shirts.
Yeah. I feel like Al Pacino with these shirts, man.
Now, did you get the shirt in North Carolina, or did you bring that from Philly?
I actually ordered this off. If people watching and y'all want this shirt, order it off Fashion Nova for men. Fashion Nova, it's nice prices. It's not Gucci or nothing like that, but you can get some nice linens off Fashion Nova, and they like $25. So you know what I mean. So if
I'm
y'all
gonna write that down, Fashion Nova, because I need some.
Yeah, bang. Go on fashionnova.com. Go into the men's section. Watch. You're gonna see a bunch of stuff that you're gonna want.
Can you get away with that shirt in the streets of Philadelphia?
Man,
oh hell yeah!
But anything, it's not about what you wear; it's how you wear it. You know.
All right, listen, if you come up here and we don't catch up when you come up here, I'm gonna track you down.
I'm gonna come stop by because I definitely want to check out Joe, man. I miss Joe.
Listen, he's almost 6'1", 190. He's gonna kick your butt and my butt.
Yeah. And I see the pictures. I'm like, Joe's getting big. He looks like a grown man now.
He picked me up one day and he moved me aside. I'm 190 pounds. Move me right aside. My man's a beast.
Yeah, I know.
He's a beast.
I had to deal with him every day. He used to move me. You see how?
Oh my god. He does all that. So if anybody don't know, just to refresh, Jerm used to work with my son. My son has special needs autism, and Jerm used to work with him at the school that he goes to, and he helped us out at the house a lot. So, special person in our life. We really do. Much love and appreciate him. And Julie said hello. So I talked to her just before we got up here. And he used to work with my son. My son's a big dude. So Jerm and I aren't the tallest. So he towered over us. So, so it's that's the kind of guy he is. So that's why, we tie all this together. And we definitely wanted to keep in touch. And I saw all the new stuff coming. I'm like, we got to have him back on the show. So what else we got, Babe? What kind of popping questions we got here?
You know what, Dan? I want to ask about that. Like, your past, life of Philly when you were working with like Dan's son and other special needs children. Did you take any of those experiences and put them to music?
I ain't really put it to music, honestly, but working with autism kids will humble you. Like before I was working there, I was in, I come from a hard background in the mean streets of Philly, Kensington, North Philly area. So I started moving up to King Depression with my mom, and then my mom, she showed me a different life on how to live, and I was like, all right, go to work every day, come home, eat a dinner. Stuff like that. I was busy running the streets. So working at the school, man, they taught me. I used to drink soda all the time. Now all I drink is water. That came from the school. Working with these kids will humble you for real. Like it'll show you a different life, and like you gotta appreciate what you have, basically.
Did you not get in at first? Did they not hire you at first? Was that?
At first, they hired me, but when I got up there, I was like an alien to everybody. I had long hair, I had braids at the time. My whole swagger changed. Now I'm more like grown, a grown look. But back then, man, I had braids, I had the baggy clothes, you feel me? So when I came in there, like I even heard the boss, like he was telling the worker, like she was saying, Jeremy's a good guy. He's actually a good person. He was like, don't judge a book by its cover. And I heard that. I was in the bathroom. I heard them outside the bathroom talking about me. And a lot of them people up there are different. You know that, Dad. They're different. They'll be all in your business, and they was all in my business. And I'm like, yo, why they in my business for? But they really cared. That was the thing. They really cared about me, and I ain't used to people like that. People asking questions about your life. You're like, man, mind your business. But these people really wanted to get to know me. So working at the school humbled me, man. Working with these kids with autism, it makes you appreciate life and makes you appreciate that you're able to walk, talk, eat by yourself.
Didn't you have a disabled sibling? Didn't you have somebody in your family that had a disability?
Yeah, my aunt.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Peace, my Tita Maria. She was slow learner, and man, she was the best person. That's one thing about these kids. People think they're slow, but they're smart. They're smart. They're smart as hell in their own way. Like Joe, for example, I would chill with Joe in the auditorium where they had concert, and Joe would hit certain pressure points on me. I'm like, how does this kid know that right here that I'm gonna be like, Joe, like, yeah, he would do that, and then he'll press my knee, like a pressure point in my knee, like
he did. He tortured you.
Yeah.
I was out to lunch today with a client, and she said one of the questions was, what grade level, like how educated do you think Joe is? And I said, he's smarter than you think in his own way, right? Yeah. So because they're not expressive with the language, but the guy is really smart in his own way, and he can F with you. You know what I mean? Like, he would challenge you if you were new. We had every new guy that they put with him, he puts him through the paces, right? Yeah. So, and I said, it's hard to say cognitively where he's at, but the guy's not dumb. He's very intelligent. And once he feels your vibe, like with Jerm, they meshed, right? And he trusted him, and he would lay on him, sitting in our basement. He would lay all over him. They had a really good relationship.
Yeah, man. Like, another thing, it's all in the eyes. That's why when I'm from the street, so when I look at somebody in the eye, real recognize real, and they won't fuck with you. You look somebody dead in the eye, you keep your head down, they're gonna mess with you. Oh, this guy, he's a pushover. You gotta look people in the eye. So working with kids with autism, it's all in the eye. That's how I knew Joe was smart. He makes eye contact. He knows. Now, if you got a kid and his eyes are going everywhere, then he's a little, he ain't really. But Joe and a lot of kids there, you just look them in the eye and they make eye contact. You could tell, like, this guy, he got something up there,
And they feel the people they work with too, if they care about them, right?
Yeah,
they feel
it's all about energy. It's all about energy, man.
And it carries over to music, right? Right? It's the energy and the vibe, and if people feel the vibe, right? Yeah. And they feel like when you're in a stadium, when they feel that energy, and the players feel that energy, and they take to it and they perform better. All that positive energy.
Yeah, it's the bass of the music, the tone of your voice. It's all about energy, man. That's all it is. We all, as humans, we're just energy. We're made of energy, man. So these kids, they feel your vibe, and that's what they go off. They could tell when you're a bad person. Trust me.
Yeah. That's why Julie told you to carry the conversation.
Just like when you're in the street, you can look somebody in the eye and be like, when you get that vibe, be like, I'm gonna stay away from this guy or this woman.
So we got to get Danny to listen to this. So I always say that you keep your head up, you make eye contact with people, and once they feel your vibe, they be fine with you. You know what I mean? Experience
though, because like kids, they real timid, But as you get older, and when you be messed with or something like that, he'll get out of that box. He'll get out.
My buddy Pete always says that. I coach inner city Coatesville basketball summer league, so. Like 168 kids this year. It's our fourth season. The thing has grown like crazy. Wow. So, and they know me. They know my energy. They feel me now, and they appreciate me being down there. But I'm maybe one of 5 white people that are down in the down there. It's all inner city Coatesville basketball. But so the elders come down and they watch the games and all. And the guy called me aside walking up the steps, and he said, we appreciate you. We appreciate you coming down here. It means a lot that you show down here. The kids love your energy, and I thought this was last season. I thought there was a lot of unrest and stuff. I thought, oh boy, what's he going to say to me? He's like, we feel your energy. We know you love basketball, and the kids feel it, and it's good to have your presence here. The kids see you, and we're thankful that you're down here. That means a lot, Sure. When you're in a different environment and maybe outside of your comfort zone, right? So when you can rally around the love of something like sports or music or something, it brings people together, and it just changes things on a higher level.
Yeah, music is universal, and like I realized growing up, everybody's kind of the same. Like even if you could be from the hood or the suburbs, everybody got similarities. You put like somebody in a room that's from a different background, they're gonna have the same similarities because we're human, And like music, you got white kids, you got black kids, you got Latino kids that love the same type of music.
Mhm.
You know, so it'll bring you together. You know, like Michael Jackson, for example. I always talk about Michael Jackson because, man, he had fans in China,
Mhm.
Cambodia, the UK, everywhere. His music was a universal language, and he brought all these people together. If you look at his shows, it's all types of colors in the show, in the audience.
Yeah.
And that's my goal with my music, man. I want to touch a lot of souls. And you know, I'm Latino too, so I got Spanish songs also. I got one I already dropped, but I got more in the tuck that I'm about to drop. So that's my plan. I want to bring it all together.
So, all right. So the new single "Suitcase" it's coming off of an EP you're putting out.
That's a single. It's just a single.
It's just a single, no EP then.
No,
So where is it? Did you have a previous
yeah,
6-song EP, right? So I looked in, and forgive me because I didn't get a chance to scour these tonight. So you had Lonely Nights, right? Was that the EP?
that's the EP, Lonely Nights. Yup.
So tell us a few songs that are on that EP.
So we got Miss Cars in Texas. We got Saudi.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Blue Spaceships, Going Through It. What else? Was that 6?
Are you going to bring out another EP? Are you going in that direction? Or are you just looking like Bay was saying about bringing out the single, let it germinate, and you know?
So what I'm doing is I'm dropping singles until I get a lot of traction. Once I get a major fan base, that's the goal. I'm gonna drop an album, cause you know ain't no point of dropping a big tape or an album or a big project if nobody's really listening. You know, so the goal is to get like a bunch of followers worldwide, and then I'm gonna drop this album.
I'll tell you what.
Hi. Mom says hi. Mom's on there. Just said hi to you.
Oh, what's up, Ma?
I'll tell you that's a great idea. Musical artist I interviewed recently, they're out in Hollywood, and I said to them, because they're doing the same thing. They're putting singles out and videos. They're doing a single and video for every song they're doing. And he said, look, we can go out and we can hop in a van, we can go tour around the country, but who's going to show up? Are people going to show up? He said, so we're working to perfect each song and each video and put out the best quality product we can, as well as build our social medias and build all that up before we even attempt to go get in that van and go out and see the country.
Yeah, man, it's no rush. I feel like dropping singles pay off better because you're putting all your work and your hard time into this one song instead of 18 songs or 12 songs or 7 songs, you know, because when people are putting out an EP or an album and they're signed to a major label, that major label's like, yo, you got to pump this out. And then you listen to the album and it's only 2 good songs on it, you know? So it's like with me, other artists, like the new thing with this new generation is drop singles because you can spend more time on it. It's just one song, make it your best work, and just keep going like that. So then when you drop a single, you look back like, damn, I got a great catalog of music now.
Hey, Bay, when we talk about coming into the program, about even related, he sells my stuff for me, related to the real estate. I don't need to do 60 deals a year and not provide quality service. And when you're with a major brand, you're pressured into providing numbers. And it's not about the people and it's not about quality. Jeremy, come in every day. You could sell it for me. This is what we talk about putting your heart and soul into a quality product. And that's what he's trying to do with it. It's not about the quantity. It's about the quality. It's about the quality of service that you provide.
Yeah, I say all the time, you can't rush greatness, man. Anything that's rushed or anything that comes overnight will be gone real as fast as you got it. You know, if you take time or something and you build that greatness, it'll last longer. So it's no rush. It ain't no rush, man. So artists that's watching or anybody that's watching, business owners, take it easy. And pace yourself. Do quality work, and you'll see the results. It might take longer, but trust me, it'll pay off.
I love it. You're right. You're absolutely right. And I think that's going to be our word of tonight and for the month is definitely quality. You got quality music, and then on the other end of me, and in the middle, you got quality service and sales from a quality company.
Let me ask you this, Jeremy, before we wrap up. When did you finally get to that point where you felt like it's more, you know, your mindset changed a bit about the quality of your music?
Basically, like, I watch a lot of people on YouTube and my mentors, and even listening to music myself. I'll be on SoundCloud or YouTube, and I'm like, this guy's music sounds like trash. I ain't following him. And then I'll find a nobody that got as much as followers as him, but everybody's commenting, everybody's liking it, because if you listen to the music, it's good quality. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to listen to trash quality music with like popping, like popping little sizzles in the background. It got to be good quality, because if you listen to the pros, their shit is A1. So if you want to be a pro, then you have to have an A1. So I got to that level. I got to that level when I started making money, and investing in my own craft. Because back then I was recording off of I had a little a computer microphone it was a skinny little microphone, John. Remember the MP3 players?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was recording on that, and a lot of people like, yeah, it's good rap, man. You can rap, but it sounds like trash, And once I started getting money, I'm like, I'm going to the studio now, and now I'm at the point where I just built my own studio in my house. So
wow,
the quality is there. I record whenever I want.
So tell everybody where they can follow your music, all the different platforms that they can follow you on.
They can follow me on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal. Basically, they can follow me anywhere, any social media platform, all the way down to TikTok, Twitch. I'm on everything. Jerm Realadel. That's Jerm Real Adel. Jerm Realadel.
And the music's great. It crosses over to so many different. We talked about it. It's and if I'm telling you, it's worth a listen. Check him out. The guy has great vibes. It's awesome music. He's getting better every week, every month, every day, honing the craft. And that's why we check in with him. Besides the fact that we love him, we appreciate him. We check in with him just to kind of see where he's at, and I'm enjoying following it myself.
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all as always. Y'all know I got much love for y'all. Thank you for having me on the show. When I come back to Philly,
You better. If you don't, I'm coming tracking you down.
Yeah, I'll check you out, man.
Joe will go nuts. Joe will go nuts if he sees you.
Oh, I can't wait to see Joe, man, Julie, and everybody, my whole family. I want to say thank y'all to everybody that been supporting me. The new single's about to come out, and I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all. I shine, we shine, and I couldn't do it without y'all. Seriously.
Much appreciated. Thanks for coming on the program again. It means a lot, and we do appreciate you.
All right,
good seeing you, Jerm.
Take care. Appreciate you.
Okay, salute. I'll talk to y'all.
All right,
absolutely.
He's doing great, Bae. I mean,
love that dude.
Dude, he's doing so much better. Like you said, the product is just so polished. Check him out on some of his videos that he just put up on YouTube. He's works. That's why, thank God, we're able to tie this stuff together the way we do. He's just a great guy. He did so much for the disabled community up here, and he's growing his music now. He's following what he wants to do, and it's just I love what he said about, because sometimes I get frustrated that I don't grow it quicker.
Right.
It's about the bricks, like my grandfathers were construction people. You lay solid foundation, you're going to get a home that stands for a long time. Mm-hmm. And that's what we try to do at Next Home Brandywine. I get frustrated because I see people with 8, 9, 10 million. I'm thinking, I know I provide a better product, but like he said, it germinates. It takes time, and you kind of grow it with time and a quality product. And that's why we do the podcast every month, and just kind of give people feel who we are, bring on guests that are like-minded to us. I see you got the Motley Crue shirt going on there. I didn't notice that until now. My best to Coco. I'll circle back. My goal still is to get down there and see you. We're trying to figure out a schedule that works. And if the airline tickets go down, we want to go to a game down there.
I'll tell you what, we were actually trying to make it up there around the 4th of July, but because we were at the
prices.
Well, we were going to have to drive from here to Philly and then up to New York to see her family, and we were renting a car. Between the gas and renting a car at that point, it was like $2,000 alone for the week.
They want $348 a ticket for me to get down to Nashville. I mean, it was too much money.
I was finding round trip tickets from here to Philly for $100. Round trip.
Go look right now.
Really?
Nothing. I was looking October because the Predators are playing. They said, "We'll come down. We'll take you and Coco to the game," and Danny and I would come down because he wants to go to a game down there. And just the airfares right now. My karate match, I said, we're going on vacation. He said, where are you going? I said, we're just going to Wildwood because the airfares are just outrageous right now. The prices in the last month or so have just skyrocketed. But hopefully, for all of everybody out there, we get to do a live show down there with you. That would be fun.
That'd be awesome.
Special pop up down there. But hopefully, we get to see you guys. If you come up, let me know. If not, we will be back it's July. I just celebrated my 50th. 50 for me this year.
Happy 50th.
So,
welcome to the club.
No,
Life starts now.
Oh
Life starts now.
Mike Keener, 50. I knew Mike Keener since we were probably 10 or younger. So I thank you to my sister and brother-in-law. I would have never got on this podcast this month. My sister's tech whiz got me all set up here. We've been running all day, so I hustled up here from the Northeast. I thank them immensely for getting me on the podcast, and it went flawlessly because you're a great leader. Listen, everybody, we're going to go in a second here. Listen to Bay and the Totally Driven Entertainment, Totally Driven TV. He's got great guests. If you didn't catch his 100th episode, it was phenomenal. So go back and listen to that. And we have 7-8 canned episodes now of The Closing Table. My team's nexthome.brandywine.com. Pull us up, nexthome.com. Again, everything real estate, commercial, residential, rentals, questions, we can help you. All right, Bay. Thank you, buddy. We got today's show again brought to you by Next Home Brandywine. That's why we're on here every month, peddling real estate and saving the world one day at a time.
There you go.
We'll see you next month. Thanks for joining us, Bay. I appreciate you, buddy.
Take care, everybody.
See you now.